Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Acceptable Losses podcast. My name is DK Diamantis, and my day is about to become a little darker. One might say a little blacker. Eh, Kirioth?
Oh, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. What a segue. We're going to roll straight into it. In fact, the introduction for this episode is from Possum, and it simply says, in all caps, "Ain't no time for an introduction. Check out episode 1 if you haven't already. This is a monstrous episode. Let's get to it." That's
Right.
what we've got. Because this is Black
Radio.
Book 2, Electric Boogaloo. So we've got the second half of the first book to cover, and this is a big one. This is a big old ep. So if you haven't listened to the first one, you probably should, because you'll be thoroughly lost and confused if you don't. But if you have, strap in. Strap all the way in, all right?
Strap in, lads. We're going into the chunky episode. Also, I mean, after the first episode of the Black Company, I was like, man, this is really cool. I should go get like the audiobooks and listen to it. And I was like, no, I can't do that. We haven't done part 2 yet. This is still, we need part 2 of book 1. I can't go listen to the book and spoil the whole damn episode 2 for myself. So I am thoroughly excited for part 2. Give it to me, Kirioth. Yeah, and then I can start listening to them again. I'll probably listen to the first one over again for all the stuff I missed, and then just keep listening anyway. Yeah.
That is a plan that I'm also going to be going along with. So we're going to start at Chapter 4, Whisper. So when we last left the company, they were retreating from the salient. Not because of anything they did, it was because of Limpa's absolute fumbling of virtually everything in the north. So the defences started to collapse left and right. The north was no longer safe. The captain views time as being a bit of an important factor here, especially since a rebel battalion is like a day or so behind them, so he opts to take the company off-road. Instead of following the normal routes out of the north to the City of Lords, they were to cut through the Forest of Cloud. Oddly wholesome name for this series, frankly.
Yeah. I was expecting like the Forest of Death, the Forest of Night, the Forest of, I don't know,
hatred,
all-seeing suffering or something. Yeah. I was like, oh, they'll probably get through that, no problem. Forest of Cloud, whatever, no big deal.
Actually pleasant. First time for everything for this.
Yeah, in the Black Company.
So the speedy way is a good idea in Croaker's eyes because, frankly, the fighting has been doing a number on not only their men, but also those seeking protection with the company. There's been so much death that Croaker has been unable to treat people, resulting in even more death. So, yeah, woods it is.
Yeah, there's so much death, the doctor just can't do anything anymore. It's just, oh, man.
I love it straight back into Croaker having a terrible time. It's just immediate, like, oh, God, everyone's dying and I can't do anything about it.
Well,
there we go.
Mean, this is chapter 4, so, things are going to get worse before they get better, I assume.
Oh, yes. I'm afraid, yes.
Kirioth's like, better?
That doesn't exist in this series, it seems.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Soulcatcher then gave the captain a task: seek out Nightcrawler in the City of Lords. Obviously, with a name like that, Nightcrawler is one of the 10, and they need to be prepared for an inevitable rebel attack on Lords, so it's best to give them a heads up. During their cut through the forest, they stumble across a rebel training camp, and the Black Company, they let loose a bit. And by let loose, I of course mean eradicated them.
Yeah, I was going to say the Black Company letting loose. I'm probably like, I'm assuming you don't mean they had a couple of beers, played some darts, a little shuffleboard, shots. No.
Yeah, they just went right through them, and the rebels didn't even put up much of a fight because, frankly, they thought they were safe in the woods. They hadn't even put up stockades or reinforced the camp. At the end of it, Croaker walks through the carnage and makes a bit of an admission regarding the company and his portrayal of them. Raven reads some of the accounts Croaker has written and calls them sugar and spice, while also threatening to write what actually happens.
Wow.
I love that direct call out of, you're leaving out details here. You're not doing the thing.
don't make me write the truth. And it's like, oh, it was already bad with the whole, like, yeah, we killed them to the last man because they didn't set up shop because, they thought they were safe here. Like, oh. Okay,
I
cool.
love that. A direct call out it's fun. Croaker remarks how ironic this is, considering how he's breaking up all the torture games while protecting a child in the form of a darling that we met last time. Now, before we go any further, let's check in on One-Eye and Goblin. Well, One-Eye...
Yes, let's.
They're the best. I love them. One-Eye decided to chuck a burning brand through the doorway of the barracks of this training ground, causing the building to explode. One-Eye walks out of said building.
Jesus. It's just a prank, bro. Explodes the building.
It is so ridiculous every time.
Jesus.
And he accuses Goblin of setting him up, which unfortunately begins a spell war between the two that's kind of indistinguishable from the hooting and hollering of the company, like destroying this encampment. Croaker does enjoy the antics of One-Eye and Goblin because it's clear that despite the terrifying spellcasting abilities and horrific spells, they are actually friends, and they are sort of able to control themselves, unlike the 10 who were taken, who have so far been absolute nightmares to work for, with, around, just in the general vicinity of. They've all been pretty rough. They don't wish to be anything like the Taken. In fact, they are deeply paranoid about them. One-Eye has even devised an amulet that's able to detect when Taken are nearby, just in case, which is a good job. We'll get to that. We'll get to that later.
Also, how bad do the Taken and the 10 have to be where Croaker looks at One-Eye and Gom's like, yeah, that seems like that's self-control at its finest, indeed. He just exploded a building. They're chucking around mind-bending spells at each other. They're trying to get... That's just the very image of self-control. Like, Jesus.
Just a bit of high spirits. Just a bit of high spirits. That's all it is. Nothing to worry about. It's like, oh
just
my God.
Just a little hijinks and tomfoolery. My God.
How bad are your bosses? Oh,
yeah.
Well, okay, yeah. I think
we'll get to that. Yeah.
In the midst of the carnage in the encampment, Elmo ushers Croaker to the building he believes is the headquarters and presents Croaker with a pile of papers, all written in a northern script. Croaker grabs a paper at random and sees that it's an order directing a battalion of rebels to stow away into the homes of local sympathizers in Lords before a call is made for them to strike from within. The document is signed Whisper and also contains a list of contracts that have been appended to it. All of the documents here are strategies, secrets, and more. They have hit the absolute motherlode when it comes to quite literally anything the rebels plan to do. I'm just saying, you got to take better care of those documents.
Yeah, you really do. You can't be letting the your secret plan of attack. I mean, man, that's like letting the Death Star plans get out, and it's like, hooray, they put a vent in the Death Star.
Absolutely drop the ball on just leaving those out in the open. You can't.
Yeah, you can't be letting those float around. You really can't.
Whisper is the best known of the Rebels generals. She is a stubborn genius that is exceptionally dangerous and has held the eastern front of the war despite even the strongest efforts of the 10 who were taken. Her cunning and planning has resulted in her being marked as one of the most dangerous of the 18, so being able to get the upper hand on her is potentially a gigantic win on the part of the company. The movement of Whisper indicates that the rebels are likely shifting their strategies from holding the east to advancing on the north, which is notably a weak flank for the lady. The captain orders Goblin to contact Soulcatcher and get them to come here, and Goblin responds by making an awful face. He agrees, though, and begins to mutter in the corner. And he does make contact with Soulcatcher, but in a really horrific way. And so we have our first quote for you here, DK.
Oh, man, I love it. It's like, oh, yeah, they make contact with Soulcatcher in just the most horrific way. Here's a quote, DK. Wow, my morning is made. You've really made my morning, Kirioth. Thanks for that.
Oh, we do our best round here, you know.
Goblin let out a long, shrill screech as chilling as an owl's when you're alone in the woods at midnight. One-Eye charged the sound. Such moments make me doubt the sincerity of their animosity. Goblin moaned. He's in the tower. He's with the lady. I see her through his eyes. His eyes. His eyes. The darkness. Oh, God, the darkness. No. Oh, God, no, no. His words twisted into a shriek of pure terror. Goblin sounded like he was regressing towards childhood. Make it stop looking at me. Make it stop. I've been good. Make it go away. One-Eye was on his knees beside Goblin. It's all right. It's all right. It's not real. It's going to be all right. Goblin screamed for a while, then got quiet as death. I jerked around. One-Eye lifted a hand to tell me I was not needed. Goblin had finished delivering his message. The terror left his face. His color improved. One-Eye dropped Goblin's hand. We'd better not put it. We'd better not put it on him next time. Yeah, that sucks.
That's that's literally just delivering a message. That's not even Soulcatcher like
doing anything evil.
Yeah, it's just existence. Existence.
This is just how we communicate.
Terrific.
Worst game of telephone ever, dude.
I always hated WhatsApp. What the hell is this? It's absolutely awful.
Yeah, you thought Discord was going after your privacy. Look at this shit. Woof.
Oh, proper cosmic horror telephone call. Love it. Now, when he came to, Goblin said that Soulcatcher has a message. Get the fuck out of there right now, and they will be met on the way to Lord's. But before they leave, Croaker finds something terrible that he does not tell anyone else about. He doesn't know what to do about this thing, so he asks someone he can trust to keep a secret. So he goes to Silent. He asks Silent if he can speak to him privately, and Silent creates a zone of total silence so that Croaker can talk candidly. He explains what he found to him. Now, Silent is not an easy man to shock, but the information on what Croaker found caused him to look astonished and terrified. Croaker asks him if he should tell anyone, and Silent silently advises that this news is too big to keep, but he must tell Soulcatcher immediately. So, obviously, Croaker immediately goes to tell Raven what he found. Just straight off the bat.
Sure. Here's my advice. Allow me to do the opposite.
Yeah, just... Cool story, bro. Anyway, Raven, we need to have a chat.
Yeah. Jesus, all right.
So, among the documents that were found were some that were written by Bomans, which is the wizard that awoke the lady and her minions. And among those documents were some papers written in the language known as Telkur, which is a language spoken only by the Ten. Ancient texts that may reveal something truly powerful about them. Raven, already pale in complexion, goes white with fear. But at least they'll meet up with Soulcatcher soon, right? That's good. That's okay. That's fine.
Sure.
Don't need to worry too much. Well, Soulcatcher arrives sort of sooner than they thought without being noticed. Just shows up, dressed in standard Black Company clothes. Soulcatcher is kind of hard to pick out. Once noticed by Croaker, he whisks Soulcatcher away to a private wagon to show them the documents. In almost an instant, Soulcatcher reads every single paper, and the documents are truly exciting. Some can only be deciphered by the lady herself, of course, and Soulcatcher says, as an aside, that the lady wishes to see Croaker personally to learn all about him. Ooh, getting cheeky. Bit wink, wink, nudge, nudge there.
Okay. Sure. I don't know if I would want to meet the lady, but
absolutely not. Not
maybe it'll end well. Who knows? He's done a good thing, so
well. But also, like, just get her the hell away from me. Just no, absolutely not.
Oh boy, I get to see the boss of the Black Company and the 10.
I'm sorry, I'm busy. I've just got so much to do.
Catch me later. I have things to do. Grandma's in the hospital, and I just gotta take care of that.
Now, the other documents that are there have something insanely powerful that Soulcatcher explains, and that is true names. So the true name of a sorcerer is selfishly guarded by any sorcerer as if their life depends on it, which it does. Being armed with a wizard's true name is a weapon that can pierce through the heart of even the strongest one. The fact that Whisper had this document means that she is second in power, only to the lady, as the lady knows the name of all the 10. Whisper has to die, but that's kind of a shame in Soulcatcher's eyes. If Whisper were alive back when the Dominator was around, there's a chance she would be a Taken as opposed to Soulcatcher, because Whisper has a heart as black as night and is a true loner.
Oh,
Everyone's got foibles, all right? Look, she might be a good general, but...
Heart black as night. Great. Oh, man, if only you had been alive sooner, I totally would have corrupted you.
Yeah.
All right, that's...
You've got the right attitude for it. I mean, at least for this particular instance, Whisper seems to be on the right side of things. You know, that's something.
Yeah.
Using the evil powers for good, sort of.
Yeah, why do I feel like this is a very for now situation we're running into?
I mean,
she's on the right side of history for now.
I'm just going to remind you of what you said when we get to the relevant point, okay?
Okay.
So Whisper, it's kind of a plus that she's a loner, as the chances of her telling any of the other 18 the true names of the 10 is slim to none. Also, Soulcatcher thanks Croaker for the names, as they will become a surprise tool that will help Soulcatcher later. I mean, we've already established at this point that the 10 basically spend half their time trying to work out creative ways to royally fuck each other over. So it's not shocking that Soulcatcher's like, oh, true names. Good.
Oh, boy.
I'll have those.
The biggest secret everyone in the 10 has, and he give me leverage over all of them? Wow. Handy.
It's honestly amazing that the lady gets anything done with this lot, isn't it?
Yeah. It's amazing they haven't all just killed each other already.
Yeah. So the company make their way to Lords expecting a fight, but instead they experience what is likely the shortest subchapter in the history of the Black Company. And I'm going to give it to you in full to read. It's
okay.
When we say short, it is pretty short.
Oh yeah, that is short. It was all over in Lords when we got there. Nightcrawler had moved fast and hit hard. You could not go anywhere without finding rebels hanging from the trees and lampposts. The company went into barracks expecting a quiet, boring winter and a spring spent chasing rebel leftovers back to the great northern forests. Ah, it was a sweet illusion while it lasted. Oh boy.
That is how you put down a rebellion, it turns out.
Wow, you just hit fast and hard, you know?
It's the trees and lampposts that's just that right kind of detail that I don't like, but do like.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Is this, I'm assuming this is Nightcrawler that I'm seeing that Chai put up in the chat?
Yeah, that's the one. And, yeah, that's...
What a freak.
Yep. That is properly scary.
Will not make the X-Men joke. I will not. I simply won't. I won't do it. Is his armor blue by any chance? Sorry, anyway, go ahead.
I was about to congratulate you on the self-control. It went out the window of me. I didn't even have time to say it. So a night of cards in the massacred town is interrupted when Soulcatcher says that they have new orders. An attempt was made to catch Whisper, but she was one step ahead. She's hiding somewhere, and the lady is sending in forces from all sides. But Whisper has a bit of a unique weapon that was recently acquired by her. Limper. Whisper was able to successfully suborn Limper. The collapse of the majority of the Northern Front was not because of his incompetence, but because it was actually treason.
Oh, Limper, you useless son of a bitch.
You scamp. Not even useless. He did it all on purpose.
It's true.
What an
Yeah.
absolute menace.
Jesus Christ. I mean, he was thoroughly embarrassed last time, so I mean, jeez. What a fucker.
He's just like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and join the other side. I'm not having this.
It's fine. We know your name.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. The Limper knows that his days are numbered, and Soulcatcher has intel that Whisper and Limper are going to be meeting tomorrow, so that he can likely work out a deal for his life. The lady wants them to strike this meeting so that it would seem like it was Whisper who was selling out, not the Limper, and that would hopefully break the trust of the Circle of 18. Soulcatcher wants Raven and Croaker to take them out with bows, but without Soulcatcher's presence being there, as the aura would be a dead giveaway. Raven, not happy about this, understandably so, and Croaker is a bit rusty, so he needs to practice. As he does so, he once again fantasizes about the lady, and Croaker's fantasies allow him to focus a bit better, but Soulcatcher throws him off his groove by revealing that the lady killed her twin sister when she was 14. What a wake-up call.
Yeah, what a way to break the fantasy, right?
And look, I know you got the hots for her, but child murderer? Just saying.
Yeah, he's just having a little session thinking about the lady, and then suddenly, by the by, killed her 14-year-old sister. It's like, oh man.
I didn't need to know that. Why did you tell me that?
Croaker's like, I was this close. You ruined it.
Oh my God. Jesus.
I was right there. Soulcatcher, what the fuck?
Why are you even in my tent?
Get out of here.
This is a private affair.
Do you not see the sock on the door? Jesus.
Just Velcro to the tent flap.
Yeah.
Now, we'd learn a bit of an interesting thing about the company here. Once each month in the evening, the entire company assembles so that the analyst can tell them a story written from the past analysts. They're to put the men of the company in touch with their histories and traditions, which stretch back for thousands of miles. Croaker gets himself ready each month, props a book up, and reads the story with vigour and passion. This month, he does so with so much passion that the company gave him an ovation when he was done. The praise and the completion of this monthly duty makes Croaker feels like his life has been fulfilled. Raven, who is still adjusting to the company after being accepted in, compliments Croaker and tells him that it made him feel like he was part of the company. He also says that it makes him feel something else. Got another quote for you here. This is
no.
This is an interesting one.
All right.
Don't worry too much.
You made me feel something for the first time since my wife and her lovers tried to murder me and steal my rights and titles. He rose, closed one eye, looked down the length of his arrow. Thanks, Croaker. For a while, I felt human again. He stalked out. I collapsed on the bunk and closed my eyes. He had revealed more in that one rapid-fire sentence than since the day we had met. Strange. That's a that is a loaded quote.
What a statement. Yeah, like plural
lovers tried to murder him.
Absolutely crazy.
God. Yeah, she's having a harem without him. That's crazy, dude.
Nice. Look, if you're into the whole polyamory thing, that's fine. But everyone's got to be on board, and you've got to have the boundaries. It did not sound like he was on board, and it did not sound like he was having his boundaries respected in any way. It's rough. That is really
also
rough.
This quote implies that his wife and lovers were not successful, and he probably killed them all. I would assume.
Yeah.
Since he is telling you that they tried to kill him and he is not dead.
He's still around.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he could have just escaped their wrath too. They could still be around. I don't know, but given this lovely band, Anyway.
Given the overall state of this series, my assumption is he murdered at least one of the wife's
Yeah.
got to be dead.
Probably.
Even if it's just the wife, I feel like
maybe one of the lovers got away, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not the escaping kind. Yeah, you might be right.
Oh God. In the morning, then the group steps out, and Soulcatcher leads them to a carpet, like an
carpet?
actual. Yep, a carpet. Soulcatcher has Raven sit on the right corner, Croaker on the left, and then Soulcatcher sits in the middle and tells them not to move before the carpet launches off from the ground at extreme speed. That's right, Soulcatcher shows up so fast because Soulcatcher has a magic carpet.
Let's go! We love magic carpets. Let's go!
I love a good magic carpet.
Oh, yeah, who doesn't?
So good.
Hell yeah.
They land 30 miles out, and Soulcatcher gives them directions to a holy place in a clearing of evergreens. Before departing, they are given some arrows. Raven takes the ones to be used on the Limper, and Croaker is given the arrow he is to use on Whisper. But Croaker realizes quite quickly that the arrowhead is blunt. Soulcatcher does not want him to kill Whisper for reasons unknown.
Ah.
I can show you the world horrible, burning red shit.
Well, I mean, it is Soulcatcher's carpet, so that's,
Excellent.
that's probably the way the song goes in their head, yeah.
Yeah, love that. The two make it to the clearing, and they watch and wait. Almost like clockwork, Limper and Whisper make their way to the clearing. Once they're in range, Raven says, "Now," and they strike. Raven's first arrow hits Limper under the left arm, and he makes a sound like a rat getting stomped, which is in quotes. So,
I mean, it is Limper. That is about the sound I'd expect that piece of shit to make.
yeah, pretty much. It is such a specific sound, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, how do you know what that sounds like? Stomping a lot of rats, dude?
What is the sample size, and should we be worried about,
Although I guess this is like sort of a medieval fantasy-esque era, so I imagine people are probably stomping on rats a lot because like, oh no, there's a rat near the food again, stomp. There's a rat in my tent, stomp, and
But for the author to pull on that is,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's true.
It feels
True.
Not that we're accusing Glenn of doing anything untoward, but it is so specific.
Glenn's like, it's research.
Hand me another one.
We're kidding.
Or are we? No, we are. So the dull arrow hits Whisper against her temple, and even though she wears a leather helmet, the impact knocks her down. Raven knocks a couple more arrows into Limper. I love that. Just, fuck this guy. Just keep shooting him. While Croaker drops his. Croaker rushes Whisper and kicks her in the head and turns to face Limper. It's so harsh.
All right, cool. We were worried about this person? Wow, that was easy.
Turns out you need to do is kick someone in the head and you can take him out.
Yeah, shooting him with a blunt arrow in the head.
Yeah. Even though Limper has 3 enchanted arrows sticking out of him, he is still alive. Like, he attempts to mutter a spell, but the gargling of blood makes it inaudible, and he is then silenced with a swift kick to the head, again by Croaker.
Nice.
Croaker bloody loves kicking people in the head, it turns out.
He'd be great in the World Cup.
Oh, he was just born too early. That's the thing.
Yeah. U.S. could have used a little bit of that moxie, right?
If there's one thing the US needed more of, it was kicking people in the head.
It's so true. It's our motto. It should be on our flag.
Croaker, unfortunately, has no bonds in which to tie Whisper, so he hacks away at her leathers and ties them up as makeshift rags while cutting off her hair to bind her hands. That is just outright disrespectful. I'm sorry.
What a weird choice.
I can take kicking someone in the head to knock them out in a situation such as this, but shearing the hair to tie someone's hands that is lunatic behavior. I'm sorry, it just is.
I also feel like that's not gonna make a strong, bond. Like, hair isn't that strong. Like, if she wakes up and just uses a little force, that's gonna break like that, right?
I also feel like a big bunch of it is not going to tie into a super tight knot, right?
Yeah.
I've
I've never tried to tie hair before, but I got to assume it's not a great idea.
I suppose it only needs to be for a little while, but that just stuck out to me as like, what the hell are you doing, dude?
And what weird behavior. I guess you got to do something, but all right.
Raven rips Limper's mask off and tells him that Soulcatcher has his true name, causing him to panic and wriggle. Fair, honestly.
Yeah.
Soulcatcher descends from the skies and sees the mess there before telling Limper that the lady ordered this and that Shifter is on his way to end him once and for all. Shifter appears, takes one look at Limper before consulting with Soulcatcher and then vanishing. Nobody, it seems, wants the final responsibility of killing him. But there is one person who won't say no. An unnatural light pours into the clearing, causing Soulcatcher to drop to one knee. The lady is here, and Croaker swiftly follows suit.
Okay, let's go.
He can't see her face due to the light, and he offers the lady Whisper's sword because he didn't know what else to do. She declines, saying, "Not this time, Croaker, but soon, I think." And she then told Croaker that he is to witness a rite unseen for 500 years before looking at Limper. She says he served well for a while, and even his treachery was helpful. She gives Raven a chance to kill him, which he declines. So she decides to do so in the following way. This is mental, by the way. Just throwing it out there before we...
Okay. I thought you were going to be like, and here's a quote.
Oh, you're going to get one in a minute, but this is. I don't even know where. Well, I'll start by saying what it is, but it is mad. So the lady screams at the sky, causing 1,000 fiery snakes to streak out and swarm him. They slither into literally every orifice before eating their way out of him violently.
Oh,
what the hell?
Holy shit.
He is kept alive by his own vitality and some magic provided by the lady so that he can feel every inch of his body being consumed by the burning snakes in real time.
Jesus Christ.
It's
holy
mental.
Shit.
Before he is fully consumed, the lady forces the serpents to retreat and summons a gigantic dragonfly from the clouds. The dragonfly grabs Limper and hums away, causing the lady to say that he'll provide years of entertainment.
Holy shit.
It's just,
God.
mental.
You like fantasy, right? Jesus Christ. Holy shit. I know Limper was a son of a... I was going to say, I know Limper was a son of a bitch, but golly, all that? Holy shit.
It is a lot. Like, there's a lot going on there.
God, like, you could have stopped after forcing him to feel how it feels to be eaten alive by fiery snakes, but no. He's going to be alive for years after that.
It's mental.
God. Jeez. To make you feel bad for Limper is like, oh boy, you gotta be... Yep.
You gotta be pushing the boundaries of what is classed as acceptable punishment on someone to make you go, no, that guy, he wasn't great, but he wasn't deserving of that.
No. I guess you could say the lady found him to be an acceptable loss.
You know what? We haven't actually had that many of those. I'll allow it. I'll give that a +2. We haven't had that many of those.
Let's
given
go.
all the stuff we've talked about since we started this podcast.
Crazy.
The lady then reiterates to Croaker that what he is about to see is something that has only existed in memories before looking at Whisper. Whisper is terrified that she'll suffer the same fate as Limper, but she is assured otherwise. She has been such an outstanding enemy that she deserves a reward, because, you see, there is now a vacancy among the Taken. Croaker realizes that this was the plan for ages now, embarrassing and, running Limper ragged to the point of breaking, just so that the lady had a reason to replace him. And Soulcatcher believed that hiring the Black Company would be the perfect way to do it. Whatever the lady did to her caused time itself to flicker. Croaker truly doesn't remember the specifics, but he tries his best to outline it. And I'm afraid this is what you get. Arguably, I got the less horrible one of the two punishments.
Oh, man. The snake eating dragonfly keeping you alive for years of entertainment is all right, let me just read this. Of the rest of it, there are only flickers of recollection, most filled with whisper screams. There was a moment when the clearing filled with dancing devils all glowing with their inner wickedness. They fought for the privilege of mounting Whisper. There was a time when Whisper faced the eye, a time when, I think, Whisper died and was resurrected, till she became intimate with death. There were times when she was tortured and another time with the eye. The fragments I retained suggest that she was shattered, slain, revived, and reassembled as a devoted slave. I recall her pledge of fealty to the lady. Her voice dripped with a craven eagerness to please. Yeah.
That
Oh my God.
Absolutely horrific.
That's insane. God, oh boy, I don't. That's how a Taken's made. Great.
God, that art is horrible. Very good, but
yeah, that's oh man. So just seemingly an infinite amount of torture, her dying, being revived, tortured some more, dying some more, real. Oh boy, that sucks.
That's how you get them on side. Apparently.
Yeah, apparently that's how you get them to pledge fealty, because, hooray. And this happened to all the Taken, huh? Great.
Yep. It certainly seems like it. Oh, yeah.
Somehow I gotta believe that Croaker isn't gonna have any more of those late night tent sessions thinking about the lady after seeing this, or recalling any of it.
It would make you question whether that person, is the sort of person that you should have a crush on.
Yeah,
I feel like you'd maybe have a moment of, I don't know that this is healthy on my part.
No, yeah, you got to be careful because you hope that the lady also doesn't have a crush on you because her crush is very literal.
Yep. You don't want to hear she's taken an interest. You don't want that. You just don't.
Yeah, the lady's taking an interest in you. She wants to meet you and do a special thing she's never done before. And it's like, ooh.
You didn't receive my out of office notification. That's a real shame. Now, the lady is gone, along with Whisper and any memories that Croaker had of what actually happened. Soulcatcher, however, is still there, and Soulcatcher tells Croaker that the lady has taken Whisper to the Eastern Front, but that also Whisper had been underestimated. Whisper had spoken to the Circle about what was occurring prior to this in some way, and the Circle had rerouted their troops. Whisper's sacrifice today was, in fact, an intentional act on her end to buy more time. They had been played. The lady, the Black Company, the 10, they had been properly played by Whisper. Now that is badass.
Hell
what a legend.
Yeah, what a legend. Unfortunately, she met an unfortunate end. Well, I mean, she's still alive, technically.
Tortured horrifically, died, resurrected, infinite pain. But she did get one over on him, so worth it? I don't know.
I guess. I mean, she's now an indentured slave to the lady, so...
There's definite downsides to the plan. I'll give you that.
Pros and cons, yeah.
Soulcatcher leaves then, and the company attempts to return to Lords, but they can't. The rebels have already arrived and the city is under siege, but not just any old siege, a magical siege. The Circle have arrived to avenge Whisper with full force, and the violent explosions in the city are magical warfare that the company just does not dare get involved with. They spend 12 days in hiding, and Croaker is haunted by what happened. The screams of Limper, the laughter of the lady, the horror of things they're involved with that should be scrubbed from this world. And I've got another one for you here.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have any. I don't think there's going to be any more goon sessions to the lady after that one. I somehow think that's over.
Coming around. You start to realize maybe it's not great, this whole thing.
No. I am haunted by the conviction that those bent upon the lady's eradication are little better than she. I am haunted by the clear knowledge that, in the end, evil always triumphs. Oh my, trouble, there is a nasty black cloud crawling over the hills to the northeast. Everybody's running around, grabbing weapons and saddling horses. Raven is yelling at me to get my butt moving. Hooray.
Bit of existential dread from Croaker there. Fully justified.
Yeah, I was good. Justifiably so. Yeah, for sure.
I don't think anyone can say that he hasn't, toughed it out sufficiently up until this point.
Oh yeah, fully earned. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we move on to Chapter 5, Harden. So the Black Company is in full retreat and find themselves in the Windy Country. Again, not a terrible name. I'm not getting, between the Forest of Clouds and the Windy Country, this has so far been, nicely lacking in terms of, we haven't had like the Sea of the Dead or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's been pretty wholesome so far.
Now, who's getting eaten alive by snakes?
Well, it's a flat and barren desert wasteland that is battered by an unrelenting magical storm caused by Stormbrinker, which is one of the Taken, that goes on hour after hour, day after day. The Windy Country is not fit for life, which means it's a great place for them to hide. And even though their enemies would have to face unrelenting elemental horror to get to them, that doesn't really provide any comfort to the company. The company's numbers are huge at the moment, not because there's any new recruits, it's because the fugitives of the disasters have drawn themselves to the company, and it now serves as the kind of brain of an even larger force of what can best be described as soldiers. They are, as far as the lady is concerned, the only successful force in the north, and they need to keep it that way. They're making their way to the Stair of Tyr, a winding road up a 1,200-foot rise, which is part of a massive mountain range. They're going there because it's something that can be easily reinforced, and any man that tries to stop them is to be plundered and left for dead under the unforgiving desert sun.
As you do.
Standard. At this point, standard. Croaker is summoned to speak to the captain, and on his way he gets knocked down by a big-ass tumbleweed. But it's not just any tumbleweed, it's Shifter, disguised as a tumbleweed. A perfect distraction for this inhospitable climate. It just feels like Croaker's getting trolled.
Yeah.
It's just like Shifter's just out here on side quests being a dickhead.
Being a tumbleweed, yeah.
Yeah.
You could turn into anything and you picked a tumbleweed just to fuck with me.
What
the hell, dude?
Just to knock me over. What the hell is wrong with you?
Son of a bitch.
The captain is under a magic dome established by the wizards of the company that is referred to as the Dome of Peace, which gives them shelter in the storm. The captain tells Croaker that he is to take the right flank as they are close to their destination. Soulcatcher says that they'll be there tomorrow, and they'll be able to bloody the nose of the Circle's wizard that's causing the most hell right now, Harden, the cousin of Whisper and the one who virtually leveled Lords. Croaker laughs at the idea that they could stand a chance against Harden, even with the help of other Taken. And the captain reminds Croaker that questioning strategy is the privilege of lower ranks, to which Croaker quotes an unwritten law. The lower ranks have the privilege of questioning the sanity and competence of their commanders. It's the mortar holding an army together. I mean, in a high-stress situation, basically saying to the captain, "Oh, are you good, bro?" is perhaps not the way to go, but hey.
Yeah. Well, hey, you gotta know, right?
The captain snaps back and says that what keeps them actually moving is guys like him kicking the ass of guys like Croaker when they start philosophizing.
Well, that's one response. How you doing, bro? I will beat you if you keep talking to me.
Nice bit of bickering in a fairly bad situation could only go well, right?
Yeah, I will kill you if you keep talking to me. Like, just go away.
I'm not sure about this, boss. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right.
Good talk. All right. I'll see myself out. Don't worry.
So Croaker looks to speak with some of his friends and encounters Silent, Goblin, and One-Eye in the process. Their morale is turned to dirt as their energy has been sapped keeping the dome up, and they're all about as talkative as Silent. As they march onwards, Croaker watches as the forces of rebels behind them are slowly taken out by storms sent down by Stormbringer, and these storms are only getting more violent. Slowly, the Stair of Tyr begins to materialize on the horizon. It's virtually impassable, except for one steep pass, and the land around it is so twisted and gnarled for miles that it's almost like the weathered battlements of a giant's fortress. The company arrives and begins to reinforce it as best they can, and the captain knows the grand strategy. He knows where the Taken wish to make their stand against Harden, while also knowing where to defensively reinforce while the rest of the Lady's forces make their way to this new fortress. In time, the personal guard of the Lady arrives, with brilliant uniforms, alongside another member of the Taken, known as the Hanged Man.
Oh, now, great. Love that.
You can probably guess why he's called that, right? You can...
there's so many possibilities for why you'd be called the Hanged Man. Maybe it's his favorite pastime, perhaps.
He just loves hanging people.
He's just the Hanged Man, could be.
Well, he is improbably tall, lean, and his head is twisted and bloated in a way reminiscent of the corpse of a hanging man.
Well, that's not at all what I would have expected.
And his arse is horrific.
Oh, yeah, that's awful. Oh, yep, that he does indeed look like a hanged man. I didn't realize how literal the name was. I was like, oh, he's an executioner. He's the Hanged Man because that's what he does. He's. Oh boy, that sucks. Oh man, so Hanged Man is a Taken, right?
Yeah. The fifth one that Croaker's seen in person now, and they've all been fucked up, but this one is pretty rough.
I would hate to think how the Lady made him like that.
Oh God, don't.
Yeah, that's you thought Whisper's fate was bad. Imagine how this poor fucker got.
You've got to really pull on the legs to get the neck that stretched. You've got to really,
yeah, and
get
like
dangling and
yep, that contorted and that dangly and that yeah. Don't like that idea. The Lady probably took her time with that one.
It's got like this was a 2-day process written all over it. Like Whisper was
2-day process. Yeah, right.
Yes, that is fair. Yeah. So as Shai says, the original 10 Taken were not taken by the Lady, but by her husband, who is the OG Sauron.
Right, the Dominator, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying it was probably worse.
It feels like yes, probably worse.
Although, okay.
Given what the Lady did to Whisper, the Lady's still not great.
Yeah, but at least she didn't make this fucking guy.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, you don't get the name the Dominator by being like a nice person. Like that's just I just don't think that's how that works.
Hanged Man, how'd you become this way? Oh, Dominator gave me some tea and crumpets and we had a nice chat and then boom, I'm like this.
I love how you've managed to get an English accent into this.
You're welcome.
That's impressive.
It's a condition, asshole. Yeah. It's like, what has the Dominator done to you? Nothing. This is just how I was born, dickwad.
I'm like 1,000 years old and people are still giving me shit about my neck. This isn't fucking high school. Leave me alone. Look, I'm really sorry, dude. I'm really sorry. Thought.
Listen, we just saw what happened to the Whisper and we just assumed, sorry, like, it's my bad. It's my bad. It won't happen again.
If anything, you gave him a hairline back. He actually was pretty generous. Now, at this point, we get a quick update from Darling, the little girl Raven saved. According to her, Raven is making her dolls out of wood and is carving them very delicately and intricately. What a pal. But this is short-lived, as the captain has stuff for Croaker from the lady, the makings of a hospital for him to run. The lady sends 2 qualified surgeons, a dozen or so trainees, and wagons of supplies. Finally, Croaker is able to actually do medical stuff now. It's been a while. He's probably rusty as hell at this point. But he's kind of worried. They've got so many new followers among them that it is overwhelming. He used to see the same few men every day, and now there's men he hasn't seen in weeks. Are they, like, part of the crowds now? Or are they gone? Like, have they been lost? At night, Raven points out something in the sky. A comet pointed at Charm. But it's not just any comet. This is the Great Comet. Every single event in the saga of the Dominator and the Lady has been presaged by the appearance of this great comet, and the rebels believe that her death may come while it's in the sky. But the biggest concern has to do with the prophecy we mentioned before in the first episode, the reincarnation of the White Rose, likely revealing herself while the comet soars through the night sky. The Circle is spending a lot of time on this theory, and it's kind of worrisome to the Black Company and the Lady as a whole.
Naturally.
This comet, I mean, you don't want the reincarnation of some sort of holy savior when you are going around doing the things you're doing to people like Whisper. It's just, it's just,
you really, I mean, you just don't want that, period.
No. This comet then appears every 37 years or so, and it stays in the sky hanging low like a ghost of a god's scimitar. What a solid description.
Hell yeah.
Every so often, it's mentioned as being visible in the sky, so we'll presume going forward that it can be seen. The Hanged Man appears like a jump scare and informs them that Whisper has taken Rust and that the East could be theirs by next summer. The stand here at the stair is going to be like make or break, and Croaker steps away to get some rest before the battle, at which point he has a vivid dream, one of reassurance, something that feels like it was from the lady herself, but he doesn't really understand why. Goblin and One-Eye have one of their nonsense magic battles, including critters, ape-like recreations of One-Eye with behinds like those female baboons in Season, and a bunch of, and this is a direct quote, jungle nightmares. It's just...
Baboons with what?
Behinds like those female baboons in Season. I'm assuming,
okay.
Big, red, what, like it's...
Ah, yes, those baboon butts that are in Season. Oh, well, I didn't realize there was a season for baboon ass, but great. More cursed knowledge here on Acceptable Losses.
Oh, God. I love Goblin and One-Eye. They're so like powerful, and they just use it to fuck with each other,
prank each other. Yeah.
Soulcatcher watches. Just a bit of comic relief whilst being able to, we assume, casually alter reality on a whim. Soulcatcher even watches them and remarks that they are so talented with magic, but they're just using their powers to be whimsical buffoons. You've got this sort of ancient, extremely powerful sorcerer watching them and being like, they could do so much with this, and this is what they're doing. Are we
chasing each
other
with baboons that look like each other? What the hell?
What? Stop just trolling each other. Do something, for God's sake. The Taken don't do such things, and they are filled with such doom and gloom that it infects armies. I mean, that's the other thing. At least One-Eye and Goblin are having fun. Soulcatcher then spots a giant pink face floating over the cliff before bellowing, "Harden." The forces are ordered to arms, and an overwhelming fractal Aurora-based attack is stopped by the Hanged Man, but this seemed to be only a distraction as banners begin to appear everywhere. A full-fledged attack is underway, but the strategy is strange, at least to Croaker. So before long, bodies make their way to the hospital and Croaker rushes to aid them. Somehow, they've been flanked and Soulcatcher takes to the sky. Croaker works through the night to aid the wounded, but it becomes overwhelming. Soulcatcher appears completely battered and roasted and tells Croaker to begin loading the wagons. The battle has gone sour, but they have achieved much of their goals. Shifter has done a number to the 18, single-handedly killing 2 of them, Moth and Linger. I mean, Jesus Christ, Shifter might be a bit OP, while brutally incapacitating,
Incapacitating.
That's the one, incapacitating a third called Seidel. But before he can begin loading the caravans, Raven approaches him saying that they've been drafted again. Croaker says he doesn't want to go, but Raven says he has to. Plus, if it's an order from the lady, he should do his best to please her, especially since she's taken a bit of a fancy towards him.
Ooh.
The group, there's potential here for the most fucked up romance you could do.
The goon sessions are back on the menu.
Nothing can stop him. Nothing can stop him, it turns out. We've talked so many times about how, in especially Grimm's fairy tales, the women characters are always fit as hell.
Mm-hmm.
The lady, apparently, epitome of that.
Oh yeah, she has to be, right? There's no way she's not depicted as just the most fit, beautiful thing ever, right?
Yeah. It's, even horrifically torturing people in front of him might not be enough to get the desire to go away from Croaker.
Crazy.
The group board Soulcatcher's carpet alongside the hanged man. They crack the sky in the carpet and make their way to a meadow, in the centre of which is Harden. He does not expect their swift arrival, and the Taken take full advantage of it. What follows is a crash landing and a violent assault from 3 of the Taken on the unsuspecting wizard. Stormbringer, who we get to see in non-weather form for a bit, she's described as a woman with a small and unimposing frame that doesn't really match her bafflingly strong weather power. There's also Soulcatcher and the Hanged Man, and they gang up on Harden and his men, and it's an almost unintelligible bloodbath caused by a horrific volume of sorcery.
As you do.
What an excellent bit of phrasing there from Possum.
Yeah.
Caused by a horrific volume of sorcery. It's so like weirdly graphic.
Yeah, that's not what I'd expect Stormbringer to look like at all. Yeah.
Relatively normal.
Yeah.
Relatively.
Like you said, just a weirdly small frame for someone making such big old storms like that.
Yeah. I'm not even freaked out by her. That's a first for the Taken so far.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting like an old man with a big gray beard and just kind of like arms up, big robes, kind of like Gandalf looking for like a Stormbringer. Yeah, it's a scarecrow-ass getup. It sure is, Shy. It's kind of cool. I kind of like it, actually. It's not bad.
Oh, God. So they jump on Harden. Harden is able to take out 2 of the Imperial Guard that join them on the carpets and seems ready to rally. Raven rushes in and slashes his belly, only to be met with chainmail and a fist directly to his temple. Croaker jabs a blade through Harden's hand. Harden attempts to mount his horse, but his horse begins to melt.
Oh,
that is Possum even specifies. Yes, you did read that correctly. The horse begins to melt.
All right, that's cool.
Poor bastard. I like the horse has done nothing wrong. Come on.
Yeah. Also, that's a weird picture, Shy. I just maximized it, and nothing about that picture makes any sense. Like, it looks like the horse has
Harden himself. I can get to grips with, but the horse, mind you, is the horse melting right now?
Is that? Yeah, I was gonna say that that looks like an unfortunate picture to use of art. But anyway, his horse has melted, eh?
I mean, if it's AI and the horse, it's just spat that horse out like that, and no one prompted that the horse to be melted, it did a terrible job. I'm just saying, if it was supposed to look like a melting, mangled horse, then that is an excellent interpretation. I suspect if it's AI, it probably isn't. It probably isn't an excellent interpretation. It just fucked it up.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, that's so Harden in trouble. Horse is melted. It's a hot day. These things happen. Except it's not actually melting. It's transforming. And Harden finds himself situated on the back of Shifter.
Oh, wow. Oh, that sucks for you, brother. That is unfortunate.
Once
Oh,
again,
man.
the absolute king of trolling, Shifter's back, pretending to be an enemy's horse.
Oh, boy. That's so... Okay. Well, it was nice knowing you, Harden.
Shifter had the horrible staff that's a woman that's been, squished and elongated.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate it even more since one of the comments on the previous Black Company episode was like, Kirioth, I don't think you fully considered that there's a good chance that the woman is still alive and conscious and just stuck like that. And thanks. I forget who said that, but thank you and go fuck yourself.
We usually recommend that you do comment and leave your feedback, but
don't feel like you have to.
Yeah, don't feel obligated for shit like that that's going to stay with us forever.
Oh, God.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
I distinctly remember reading that comment and being like, oh no, that's why'd you make it worse? It was already bad. Why'd you make it worse for me?
Oh, no, he's right. That probably is what's going on. Oh, no.
There's just no need for it. There's no need.
No.
The sight of Harden's horse turning into Shifter makes Croaker laugh uncontrollably to the point where he just misses the rest of the fight. He's literally just laughing his ass off all over the floor.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Harden is cut to pieces while Shifter holds him down.
Oh,
and
all right.
there in the corner. It's so rough. And in the corner is the Hanged Man doing the Peter Griffin pose with Harden's blade embedded in his skull. Shifter, realizing he's gone out like a legend. He's taken one of them out by the sounds of it. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
What was the Hanged Man's power? Did he have a specific unique thing, or was he just a strong sorcerer?
Strong as hell wizard.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was like a specific, because Shifter shapeshifts, Soulcatcher catches souls. I was like, what the fuck does the Hangman do? What does he just hang you?
I think he's a limper. He's sort of a limper type, where it's mostly a case of just magical as hell. Mm-hmm. He's just a big magical boy.
Yeah,
from what
that looks weird. Yeah,
that looks weird. So the Hangman got a blade stuck in his skull, and Shifter wants to help, but Soulcatcher and Stormbringer don't. In fact, they think it's best that he just stays dead. This upsets Shifter a lot, and we'll discuss this more in a bit. Soulcatcher looks at Raven and Croaker and basically says, "You didn't see nothing, did you?" Soulcatcher says he was too busy fighting Harden to see anything, especially since Harden was fighting Raven, right? And Croaker's like, "Yeah, sure, boss." Before Soulcatcher has them leave on one of the carpets. Raven's brought to the carpet, but his eyes are wide. The concussion did a number on him. He actually does have no idea what happened.
Convenient.
So, the infighting is just so funny to me every time. It's just constant oh no, we lost another one. Whatever shall we do?
Also, I feel like if Shifter is one of the people that's like, hey, this is really making me mad, we should help the Hangman. I feel like you should side with Shifter. He took out how many of the 18? Didn't he take out, including Harden? He took out 3 of them.
3 are dead, and 1 has been horribly wounded by Shifter. Shifter has been putting in work, absolutely insane work.
Let's not upset this man. All right, let's not ruin Shifter's day. Let's make sure Shifter is happy with us. Okay?
Yeah.
Crazy.
We've got a eulogy from Shy. R.I.P. Harden, one of the most powerful rebel leaders and fighter for truth and justice against ladies' tyranny. Oh, wait. Harden possessed a vile, volatile, unpredictable temper. He was every bit as ugly as the apparition that had appeared during Goblin's bout with One-Eye. Harden was as big a villain as any of the Taken.
Oh, I see. All right. Well,
Damn.
good thing he's dead.
I love this book. I love it.
Crazy.
Oh,
I'm surprised the lady didn't show up to take him too.
I mean, I wonder if they just cut him up too quick before word got back.
Lady's like, oh, come on. I wanted that one. They got rid of the hangman. We've got room for another. God.
Even she was like, nah, fuck that guy.
Even I have standards.
So they arrive back to the rest of the company as a retreat is about to take place. They've killed a lot of rebels, but the sheer exhaustion is running them ragged. They need to go, and the injured need to be transported elsewhere. Croaker puts Raven onto a wagon heading for medical care, and responsibility of the little girl Darling falls to him. They need to make their way to the home of the lady, the Tower. That's it. It's just called the Tower.
The Tower.
Ominous as hell.
All right.
Croaker speaks with Elmo and suggests that maybe they need to tell the captain he should break his ties with Soulcatcher. Elmo is essentially like, dude, we took out Harden and we're actually winning. Why are you upset? Croaker says that, he'll tell him when there's no Taken around. Croaker has one last dream, another golden dream. What seems like the voice of the lady tells him that her faithful need have no fear, and for a brief moment, he sees the lady's face. And I've got another one for you here.
All right. And then it was gone, and the fear returned, not lessened in the least. The days passed, the miles wore away. The great ugly block of the tower hove over the horizon, and the comet grew even more brilliant in the nighttime sky. Hove over is such a weird thing to say, because I really wanted to say hover over. It was like, the tower hove over, and it's like, you mean hover? No, I don't actually. It's like, damn it.
That is one of those ones where the brain just isn't equipped to have that specific order of words. Like,
no.
it's just not built for it. It's like,
it's really not. Hove over? Are you sure? Yes, we're sure. It's right. We're sure. Okay.
Now, Chapter 6, Lady. Uh-oh. Oh, no. The company then is free from the horrific wasteland of the desert and finds themselves in a walled-in town. It's a very special occasion for two people, specifically Feather and Journey. They're on their honeymoon and celebrating a promotion because they both got promoted to the Circle of 18, and they are resting blissfully in this citadel. This place is so far away from the lady that there's no reason to garrison or anything. This turns out to be untrue, because they do put up a fight against the company's wizards, but it's not enough to stop them, and they are now prisoners of war.
Yes,
so,
of course.
GG.
Yeah, I was
Feather and Journey.
I was waiting for that part. I mean, I'm surprised they were taken prisoner. So that's great. That's
it's gone better than we expected.
Not exactly the honeymoon they were expecting, but at least you're alive, I guess? Question mark.
Could be worse. Could always be worse.
Could be way worse, as we've seen.
Way worse. The company makes their way back to safer territory, but the trek is treacherous. At one point, they look from the top of a hill and see an enemy encampment with somewhere around 30,000 well-armed men, and on the horizon, they see camps of an even bigger size. However, they're not really moving. You see, the death of 3 Circle members, including Harden, has caused a huge degree of infighting among the Circle, so movement has been stalled.
Yeah.
Everyone just sucks. Everyone's terrible. Everyone's just like, well, I should be in charge now. Like, no matter what the side is, whether it's the rebels, whether it's the lady, the constant bickering and, like, maneuvering is crazy.
Did we say Journey and Feather are part of the 18 too, or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Recently promoted to be part of the 18.
Right. Okay.
And then immediately kidnapped. It's like, wow, good job, guys. You really picked a couple of good ones there.
And I'm assuming they were promoted because, Shifter killed a bunch of them.
Yep.
Got a few vacancies open.
It's the shifter effect. It creates job opportunities all over the rebel bases. Even though the movement has been stalled, though, it doesn't mean that these encampments are any less dangerous, so the company has to be careful, especially since they have 2 high-value prisoners with them. They need to make their way to the ladies' base of operation, which is the Tower at Charm. The Tower is a massive, featureless black cube that just sits ominously on the horizon. Like, even at 10 miles away, the cube is absolutely massive.
Wait, so the tower is a cube?
Yep, it's just a gigantic black featureless cube.
Oh, it's weird to call a tower a cube. Why don't you just call it the cube?
Because isn't that a middling sci-fi horror film? Was that The Cube? I can't remember.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure there was a sci-fi The Cube. Yeah.
I mean, you know what? To be fair though, I don't think The Cube sounds as good as the tower. And
it doesn't.
Anything once it's tall enough, anything's a tower, right? Like,
yeah,
once you get
sure.
to a certain height.
Yeah, and you're right. The tower is way more menacing than the cube.
Take them to
the cube.
It just doesn't sound great, does it?
To the tower. Yeah.
We're gonna put you in the dungeon in the cube.
In the cube.
Like, it just doesn't work. Take them to Detroit.
No, anything but that. Listen. Limper got a better fate than Detroit. Come on.
He's not that. No one's having fun in Detroit. Let's be honest.
No.
It's the same as Warsaw in the UK. No one's having fun there. It's just a place you don't want to go. Now, just for fun, Possum hasn't really managed to get into a lot of the One-Eye / Goblin magic stuff this episode. So, Possum's thrown one in for good measure. Please enjoy how perplexing this is. And this is a quote, so you get this one.
Okay.
This is pretty much, we need more One-Eye and Goblin. So here's some more One-Eye and Goblin because they rule, and we.
Of course. I heard a rustle, turned my head, found myself eye to eye with a snake. It wore a human face. I started to yell, then recognized that silly grin. One-Eye, his ugly mug in miniature, but with both eyes and no floppy hat on top. The snake snickered, winked, slithered across my chest. Here they go again, I murmured and sat up to watch. There was a sudden violent thrashing in the grass. Farther on, Goblin popped up wearing a shit-eating grin. The grass rustled. Animals the size of rabbits trooped past me, carrying chunks of snake and bloody needle teeth. Homemade mongooses, I guess. I guessed. All right.
We're just back to the fucking around. It's
the mongoose and the snake. Yep. Very nice. Very nice.
I love him. I love him so much.
Mm-hmm.
However, unfortunately, the fun is ruined when they realize that the forces of the Circle have found them and are making their way towards them. In the distance, Croaker sees a shadow flash by, a flying carpet, but with an unknown pilot. Trailing the carpet is thread-like snippets that, when touching skin, cause grisly green wounds.
Ooh.
The threads seem to be drifting toward the company's position intentionally, and Croaker fears that Soulcatcher has turned on them. The fears are quelled when the carpet rapidly descends again, and the pilot howls like a wolf at the moon. Sitting on it is another member of the Taken, Howler, as well as the captain, who had been off doing side quests. The captain tells them to get aboard because the lady wishes to see them.
Great.
Again, we're back to gooning.
Yep.
Croaker, it's got a lot of thoughts about this, especially since this was a request, not a demand. It was an almost polite request from her. Croaker is assured that if the lady actually held a grudge against him, that she would simply kill him, while the captain unhelpfully does the Black Company equivalent of Croaker and lady sitting in a tree.
Well, all right, cool, I guess.
I like how the captain's getting in on it now. Even the captain's like, I'm going to rip the piss out of this dude. Who fancies the lady? Come on.
Yeah. Have you seen her husband?
You see just everything about what we're doing here?
Yeah.
Oh, chill out.
Did you not see what she did to Whisper? I don't remember anything.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Suppressing the memories due to trauma is not actually healthy. You'd realise this, right?
It's fine.
Get over it. The carpet drops off the prisoners of war before making its way to the lady. As the carpet flies over and lands at the top of the tower, Croaker remarks at the intuitive nature of the structure as well as the field around it, as it seems that the lady is working on manufacturing the stages of battle that the rebels will encounter. Outside, there are 3 distinct levels made of wood and excavated earth that will bottleneck the rebels and force them to fight her way if they plan on rushing the tower. As Croaker watches the workers moving and reinforcing the gigantic walls, a ballista falls from the upper tier, causing him to be launched and severing an artery in his arm. He's rushed to get treatment from a surgeon sorcerer, but Croaker is convinced that this was in fact not an accident. I don't know why you'd assume that, given who you're working for.
Why would you think that, given everything you've seen? Surely it's just a freak accident, right?
Must have been the wind. Per the request of the lady, Croaker, who is in a wheelchair temporarily for his injuries, is wheeled into the inner tower. This is, as far as locations are concerned, the most sacred place in the empire of the lady. Only the lady and the Taken have entered this place, and as the door closes behind him, the wheelchair moves on its own, and he sees something in the distance that only existed in his fantasies. And you're definitely getting this one, because you got to have something a bit hot and steamy after all the torture.
Of course. She turned, and I saw what every man sees in his dreams. Perfection. She did not have to speak for me to know her voice, her speech rhythms, the breathiness between phrases. She did not have to move for me to know her mannerisms, the way she walked, the odd way she would lift her hand to her throat when she laughed. I had known her since adolescence. Yikes. In seconds, I understood what the old stories meant about her overwhelming presence. The Dominator himself must have swayed in her hot wind. It's a weird way to put it. Swayed in her wind. I don't like that. I don't like that he essentially ended that with like, yeah, the Dominator loved her girl stink. I don't like that at all, dude.
That is a wild interpretation.
I don't like it, dude. The Dominator himself must have swayed in her hot wind. That's what he said.
It's a weird one. It's a weird statement. I'll give you that. But
exactly, Shy. You get it.
So Shia said, spoiler, our guy Glenn has a type. All hot girls in these books are pale, long, raven-haired beauties with dark eyes. Look, turns out he loved a goth girl. He just couldn't get enough. I'm
not gonna sit here judging him. I mean, that's there's nothing abruptly awkward about that. That's your type. That's your type. It's a perfectly valid type. I get it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And let's be honest. There are plenty of authors out there who have had much more questionable preferred types than goth girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the grand scheme of things, the least harmful, probably.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure why. I was kind of expecting the lady to be blonde.
Yeah. I think for me, there's something. Just the name, the lady, there is something kind of it's slightly elfy about the whole.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure where that's come from.
Or I was sort of getting that like either like princess or queen with like the long, flowy blonde hair vibe.
Yeah. But that's super tropey. It's not gone that way. It's gone goth. so
hell yeah, good for him. Glenn says she has to have black hair. Yeah, well, that's fine too.
It has been decided.
Yeah.
So the lady studies Croaker and says, "We meet again," with a voice that is everything he expected and more. Of course, seeing her is equal parts awe-inspiring and terrifying, and even more terrifying is how her approach causes every single thought in his mind to spill out openly. His fears, his desires, his secrets, everything he has seen firsthand since they became bound to the service of the lady. Literally everything. He then snaps awake and finds himself being pushed again by a guard. The lady has released him, and his wound is healed.
Oh, great.
I mean, wow. Jesus Christ, Shy. Thankfully, he's sitting, so she can't notice his hard-on. Well,
I mean, after all that, I mean, he probably is, at attention, as they say.
He might not be. Did say that the possum has said the lady has released him.
That's true.
Little
did you know that was just a euphemism.
I feel like Possum's going to be very upset at that.
We've released, we've really reached the climax of the story, one might say. Wheel me to the bathroom, please. My pants are in need of changing. Exactly, Shy.
Oh, God.
Possum's going to be so... There's a dark company subreddit somewhere that's going to be so mad at us.
You were doing so well, and then you just had to. You just had to
ruin
it. Gutter humor. You just had to do it.
I'm sorry. I have the mind of a fucking 20-year-old, I guess.
This guy was joking to a fantasy of that woman for half of this.
He has been fantasizing about her basically from chapter 1, right? Like, give us a break.
Really going for it.
There's no way we're the first people to make these jokes. There's no way. These books have been around since before I was born.
Yeah. They've been around since before I was born.
Yeah.
Like that's that's kind of like someone would have got there first, all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Much like Croaker, but no, never mind. Returning to camp, terrible, absolute dog shit. Returning to camp, Croaker learns that there was an assassination attempt against Raven during the night, presumably one of the many lovers that tried to kill him before. I don't know if that's true. I've just said it, and now I don't want people to think that that's actually what happened.
It could be. You never know.
Luckily, Darling hit the attacker with her doll and scared them off before they could kill the sleeping man. One-Eye remarks that this is very suspicious. The hyper-aware assassin slept through an attack while a child who can't speak and likely can't hear very well was able to detect an intruder. He believes that it was sorcery. The Croaker then ties things together and believes that they may have very recently stumbled across a conspiracy against the lady at the hands of the Taken. He recalls how during the battle against Harden and Whisper that the Hanged Man died, and it genuinely upset Shifter. This, of course, is after Limper was set up from the start. Maybe there's more to this circle than they thought. Maybe this is a conspiracy within a conspiracy. Maybe the Taken, like Soulcatcher and Stormbringer, are attempting to usurp the lady by bringing back something behind her back. The Dominator. Maybe that's already been done, and his influence is already manifest in the circle.
Ooh.
You don't want that guy back.
No.
No one wants the Dominator back. The Dominator being back would not be good for anybody.
Nope.
Especially not the lady, I feel like.
Yeah, and probably not great for Croaker, who's been, fantasizing about his, Yeah, don't want the Dominator finding out about that one.
Just by name alone, I think the jealous type, Yeah,
it does kind of lean that way, doesn't it?
There's something about it that just, I don't know what you're talking about. He looks friendly.
He looks more friendly than I assumed he would look. Like, Dominator kind of just looks like, he's like a medieval evil warlord. I don't know why, but when I pictured like the Dominator, I pictured like this big, larger than life actual like monster. Like not even like a human, just like this otherworldly monstrous deal.
Whereas in reality, he's just got the classic World of Warcraft pauldrons and helmet, which is a strong choice.
Yeah,
choice. But before the popularity, in the book, his physical appearance is described as huge, handsome, and physical perfection.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
That's
Well.
not true. Uh,
So he and
it's
the
just
lady
like,
would make some absolutely peak kiddos. They would have the genetics of a god.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, this thought process, when it comes to potential conspiracy, has to wait because the rebels have finally reached the charm. The movement of troops is as far as the eye can see, and they march toward the battlefield that has been, unfortunately for them, preordained by the lady. The rebels begin to bridge the trenches with beams that are imbued with power to protect them from ballistic assault, and they attempt to move. But the slaughter is insurmountable. On the first day, the rebels lose at least 10,000 soldiers without even directly making contact with the lady's forces.
Yeah, dude,
That is
that's
mental.
crazy. Also, the way we've been talking today has physically altered my brain. I saw that picture Shy post, and I was like, "Damn, that's a thick butt." And it's like, nope, that's the burlap sack around their waist. That's not their. That's not just two gigantic cheeks. That's okay. Great.
Soon as I saw the small version of that, before I even clicked it, I was like, "There's the cheeks are gonna have to be commented on," and,
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
Oh, you saw it too. Thank God
100%.
you saw it too. Okay, cool. I was like, oh man, call me Croaker the way I just be seeing these things, man. Jeez.
It was like a 2-layer like revelation of god damn, there's an arse on that soldier, and then I was like,
yeah, that's America's ass.
Kind of high up. I'm not sure what the anatomy of this is.
Yep.
But and yeah, no.
And then I clicked on it's like, oh yeah, that's like the pack. Yep. Okay.
Makes far more sense. Makes far more sense than carrying cake in your lower back, which is effectively what that would have to be.
Well, I mean, we saw the Hanged Man. Who knows what happens here, right?
It's true. It's true.
The Hanged Man, this is the packed ass. You know, what are you going to do?
God damn.
So stupid. So stupid.
Croaker's really done a number on us with his goodies.
Yeah, he sure has. He sure has. That's crazy.
He's brought the tone of this podcast right down.
He sure has. Holy shit.
Now, to segue smoothly back to the news that 10,000 soldiers are dead. It's a really easy way to get back to that.
What a segue.
It only gets worse. It only gets worse because as soon as nightfall happens, the Taken go off on one as well. So Stormbringer sends nightmarish storms of rubble and serpents. Oh, it's an insane combination.
Jesus.
Wreaking havoc. I mean, as it would. Like, you're getting pelted with stones and then a viper bites you. Like, where's the logic? What's happening? Fire and brimstone coats the battlefield, and though the circle does respond, they never take an offensive stance. The Taken are far too powerful, and by midnight, the battlefield was silent. By dawn on the second day, the true impact of the Taken's handiwork is evident. Corpses are everywhere and are horrifically mutilated. The captain, while observing the scene, is informed that Shifter died in the night, though the specifics are not known.
Shifter's dead?
Well, it seems like he's gone, but 3 of the circle also died. So once again,
he took out 6 of the 18. What? Jesus.
Look, Shifter had a hell of a KD ratio, all right? Absolutely.
Golly.
It's 250,000 rebel troops plus 18 wizards versus 21,000 of the Ladies' Army / Black Company plus 10 Taken wizards. I mean, that first day, even if you got 250,000, 10,000 in day one, that's rough. And that's before making direct contact with the Ladies' Armies. That's insane.
Crazy. Golly. And you've lost 3 of the 18 in the circle. And you've got 2 of them imprisoned, right?
Yep. It's bad. It's bad if you're a rebel right now.
Oh, yeah.
Overwhelming numbers.
10 to 1, yeah.
So rumours would begin to circle around that the members of the circle were killed by some sort of cat-like beast, something so strong and so quick that counterattacks were meaningless. To the company, this sounded an awful lot like the Forvalaka that we talked about in the first episode, but to Croaker it didn't seem as cut and dry. Though it sounded like a Forvalaka, the movement and presumed stealth nature of the attack sounded more like Shifter. Suddenly, One-Eye would slam his fist into a hanging piece of meat near the dinner tents. He had figured it out, how a Forvalaka could move so swiftly and strategically in a bastion while attacking specific targets, how that attack could result in not only the clean killing of the Syndic's household, but also allow for the lady to take over that town. The Forvalaka that killed those people, that killed his brother Tom in Beryl, wasn't real. It was Shifter. It had to be. Like, that is what makes the most sense. And One-Eye was in mental anguish over the revelation, especially since he could never confront Shifter about it personally, because he was supposedly dead. But it's worth pointing out at this stage, no body had been found. But it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yep. It is Shifter. If they didn't find a body, he could be anyone. Anyone, anywhere. He could
just be a tumbleweed again.
He could be a tumbleweed, yeah.
Croaker returns to his medical work when a new member of the Taken arrives. So Bone Gnasher is a gigantic man, about 8 feet tall, and this is insane, and 600 pounds of pure muscle.
8 feet tall and 600 pounds of muscle?
Absolutely.
Bro. That boy's taking his protein, his creatine. Oh, golly.
And yet he's still natty. We don't really understand how.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
He is what Big E was talking about when he talked about big meaty men slapping meat. That is what he wanted.
Oh, he absolutely is good. And look at those teeth on him. God, sheepers.
The sword is hilariously
yeah,
so funny.
Even a JRPG Pro Tag couldn't hold that thing.
Yeah. He steps in at the behest of the lady to kind of serve as a protectorate, and while Croaker works in the makeshift hospital, One-Eye refuses to break eye contact with this Taken. Suddenly, a gigantic black shadow erupts from outside and crashes into Croaker. It was a Forvalaka, the one on the ship. It had madness in its eyes and was dead set on killing him. Fortunately, before the beast could finish the job, Bone Gnasher shows the company why he has that name. To be fair, I think we could already guess.
Yeah, you know.
Always nice to have it confirmed, you know?
Yeah. Oh, he's 8 feet tall, 600 pounds of muscle, covered in blood, big sword. Why is he called Bone Gnasher? Because anyway, Bone Gnasher reached the man-leopard's point of impact the moment it did so. One-Eye unleashed a spell that blinded me. The Forvalaka and everyone watching. I heard the beast roar. Anger became agony. My vision returned. Bone Gnasher had the monster in a deadly hug. Right arm crushing its windpipe left its ribs. It clawed air futilely. It was supposed to have the strength of a dozen natural leopards. In Bone Gnasher's arms, it was helpless. The Taken laughed and took a bite from its left shoulder. One-Eye staggered over me. Should have had that guy with us in Beryl, I said. My voice quavered.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Bone Gnasher do what Bone Gnasher do. Golly, and he just decided to take a bite out of him too.
Yeah. just a snack to get through the rest of the evening.
Feeling a bit peckish. Thought I'd take a bite.
And Andy's a wizard, yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. I don't think even Shifter would want to fight Bone Gnasher.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, you just wouldn't want to go any near him.
No, yeah.
He looks like he would accidentally kill you if going for a handshake.
Yeah.
Just a careless, like a stumble and reaching out a hand would just murder the average person if he tried to put his weight on them.
Or just like a good job pat on the back and your skeleton erupts out from the front of you. What is your bone Asher? We warned you about this. God, you killed another one.
you've got to stop doing the friendly shoulder punch.
Yeah,
You've got to stop. You have removed the torso of like 8 people this week. Please,
you have to.
please. Stop.
I was being gentle. True, the last one just turned to mist, so
You're slowly getting better.
yeah,
Now
you're getting a little
horrible,
better.
painful death.
Yeah. At least there's parts left, I guess.
We can identify this one. That's
Yeah.
progress. Well done. Now, as the life left the creature's eyes, Croaker witnessed it turn into something vaguely female before he rushed from the hospital with One-Eye. They both passed Stormbringer and Soulcatcher as they rushed to the safety of the tower, because the rebels were making another assault. Also, it's tough to throw in when it happens, but it should be noted that what happens to the Forvalaka is that they decide to crucify it and put it on display. But the resilience of the Forvalaka assures that it's very much alive while crucified, and it writhes and screams the whole time.
Great. I love it. Just really top chart.
This time, the lady decides that it's time for her to join the fray. She rides out on a gigantic horse clad in red and gold. Her white scarves are complemented by her dark hair that's kept neat under a tricorn hat. Despite being ancient, she looks no more than 20, and on either side of her are menacing black horses with riders that have concealed faces. She summons Croaker to join her so that he can see what's about to happen personally. She wants the upcoming events to be properly recorded in at least one place. So ominous. She snaps her finger, and the rider on the left raises a silver horn and reveals her identity. The former Circle member, Feather. The one of the married couple that were kidnapped on the night of their honeymoon, is now one of the taken, it seems.
Right, sure. I mean, she has shown that she is more than capable of doing that. Is Journey also in there, or are we assuming
you should mention that because Feather plays there's the sound of a horn that plays a sweet note that rings out across the battlefield, and the lady snaps her finger again, and the horseman on the right, Feather's husband Journey, raises his spear. The retaining wall near the tower explodes, and rushing out from the debris are the most formidable cavalry seen yet. War elephants.
Oh, nice!
War elephants.
We love a good war elephant. Let's go!
Absolutely love it. It's
man,
we love them.
We're going into 300 territory here. They've got the hot gates and everything.
I will say, don't anyone comment on the incorrect word for a number of elephants. Possum knows what the right word is, but frankly, saying that the fleet of raging elephants advanced towards the rebels is way funnier than saying herd. It's just better.
Sure.
A fleet of war elephants I think that should be the correct term, and I'm backing Possum all the way on that one.
I'll go with you on that. They're both all right. Like, oh yeah, the herd of elephants is fine, but a fleet of war elephants does sound really, really good. Actually, I won't fight you on this one.
A herd of war elephants sounds disorganized. A fleet of war elephants sounds extremely well organized.
That sounds very organized and very herd is like, oh, they were stampeding and randomly came through here. Yeah, that's true.
They are advancing immediately towards the rebels, and unfortunately the rebels have no idea what the fuck a war elephant even is. They trample through the makeshift bridges and siege towers as if they're toothpicks, and countless rebels are stomped into the ground whilst running for their lives. The lady makes another gesture, resulting in Whisper and Soulcatcher descending from the skies. They roll forward and attack the stragglers that are fleeing. The only reason they don't move fast is because the sheer volume of slaughter that they are causing is slowing them down. Like they are killing too many people to act quickly.
Wow.
That's crazy.
All right, cool. I wonder what the actual numbers are now, because it was 250K to 20K, right? I would be curious after the fleet of war elephants makes minced meat out of their lines. I gotta believe it's under 200K now. It's gotta be like 150K. I'm sure they've gone through 100,000 people by now.
If your like godlike powerful wizards are struggling to move quickly because of the sheer number of people that they're killing,
there's just too many bodies to sludge through. Oh, God.
You gotta assume that casualties are
high,
catastrophic.
Yeah.
Eventually, pure numbers and enough aimless shooting and stabbing does bring down the elephants one by one, but the damage has been done, and the rebels retreat again. Fair. The lady looks at Croaker and says, "Record it as you saw it, analyst," before returning to the tower. The Taken go off to fight more battles, but ultimately it's a night worth celebrating in the tower, but there wasn't going to be a celebration tonight, because One-Eye tells Croaker about the things he'd missed. Stormbringer and Bone Gnasher got into a fight and killed one another.
Oh, what? But Stormbringer killed Bone Gnasher?
They took each other out. Like, the 10 are just falling apart. It's incredible.
They 1v1 and traded?
Each other. Yep.
Wow. 8 foot tall, 600 pounds of muscle. Dead already?
Yeah, but you gotta remember that Stormbringer was throwing storms made out of rocks and snakes.
That's true. that is true. I guess the fact that Bone Gnasher managed to trade with Stormbringer is pretty impressive, considering who knows what the fuck Stormbringer threw at him.
Let's be honest, a guy that big with a sword that big made of metal, he is a lightning rod. You know,
that's true.
You summon a lightning storm of that guy, no one else is getting hit. It's only him. It's only him. That night, Elmo finds Croaker and delivers a message. "Tower, Croaker, your girlfriend wants you. Take your bow." We don't know whether bow is a euphemism for something, but he enters the inner tower, but no games were being played tonight. The lady meant business and confirms Croaker's theories immediately. And I've got another quote for you. "I guess building an empire on magically enslaved psychopaths is not a stable form of government."
I mean, I'm in the you know what? I'm not going there. I'm just going to read the damn quote. I'm just going to read the quote. "My husband isn't dead. You know that. He's behind it all. He's been awakening, very slowly, but enough to have reached some of the circle, enough to have touched the females among the Taken. They'll do anything for him, the bitches. I watch them as close as I can, but I'm not infallible. They get away with things. This battle, it isn't what it seems. The rebel army was brought here by members of the circle under my husband's influence. The fools! They thought they could use him to defeat me and grab power for themselves. They're all gone now, slain. But the thing they set in motion goes on. I'm not fighting the White Rose. Analysts, though, a victory over the stillness would come from this as well. I'm fighting the old slaver, the dominator. And if I lose the world." Wah, wah, wah.
He's coming back.
Yep.
Coming back, and he wants what's his in the creepy way. And
yeah.
Honestly,
good luck, Croaker.
Yep. Yeah. You might have made something of a mistake getting this attached to the. I was going to say lesser of two evils, potentially. I mean, still atrocious. That's
a tough one. I don't. Yeah, there's. I mean, I guess between the two, the lady is the. Yeah, I guess. Question mark.
The slightly less awful.
Yeah, they're still both really, really bad, though.
They're still both terrible. The lady says that tomorrow will be the end no matter what. The end of what is uncertain, but she tells him to leave for now. And as he leaves, he is again hit with confusion as to the true time and goes to rest. The comet looks even lower than before now as well. More deaths have occurred among the Taken too. The Faceless Man and Moonbiter had killed one another, while Nightcrawler was killed by the rebels. Word reaches the camp that the rebels are claiming that they found the reincarnation of the White Rose, but the wizards of the company call bullshit. The rebels slowly make their way to the tower again, with a child on horseback that is clearly meant for both intimidation and morale boosting. But the movement of the rebels was different. They were more in lockstep and unison. They were far more organised and far more rapid with their assault. The rebels begin that assault, but the false white rose and the council surrounding her only act when a taken is nearby. The lady descends and has her freshly minted taken do numbers on the forward advancing troops, while Howler flies behind enemy lines dropping strange orbs. Something is weird about this assault, and Croaker cannot figure out why. Then, something baffling happens. Howler returns, flying high above in his carpet, howling like he normally does, but he is going fast. Like impossibly fast. It becomes clear that he isn't truly howling, he's actually screaming. And he screams as his carpet proceeds to fly directly into the side of the tower, causing Howler to hit it so hard that he pancakes.
Oh, that's sad.
Howler gets a Looney Tunes death.
Yeah, there's something really funny about that. Awful, but just something about like, skunk. All right, cool.
That is crazy. Like, what the hell?
He got Wile E. Coyote'd.
He really did. Fully splatted into the tower and then sort of crumpled down the side of the wall.
Yeah.
All Croaker can say is, "Oh my God," before making eye contact with the lady. She was angry. Truly angry. This was not enemy action that killed Howler. It was a taken. She demanded Croaker take his bow and follow her immediately, and without even controlling his mount, they made haste. Soulcatcher was already on the run, and death surrounded them as they fled. They tore through camps, woods, people, and battlements, trying to keep pace with Soulcatcher, and all Croaker could do was pity what would happen to them when the lady caught them. The pursuit ends when both Croaker and the lady's horses die by spell-based intervention and sheer exhaustion.
Great. Even the horses don't get out okay. Jesus.
No. The lady and Croaker pursue on foot, and Croaker shoots a figure dressed as Soulcatcher. This is a decoy that bought Soulcatcher enough time to mount a carpet and ascend to the sky. The lady snaps her finger, and the gigantic dragonfly reappears and slams into it, causing the pilot to fall to the ground violently. They rip the helmet off of the figure, and Croaker is satisfied with the kill. But the lady is not. This is a man, and Soulcatcher is not a man. Mm-hmm. And Croaker may be the last person to find this out. The lady really reinforces this for the next bit by calling Soulcatcher a bitch at least 20 times whilst they hunt for her.
So I'm assuming
just crashing out.
I'm assuming Soulcatcher has turned because of the Dominator's influence. More or less.
Soulcatcher seems to have decided to either switch allegiances down to the Dominator's influence, or because this whole thing's been a clusterfuck from start to finish.
That's true. It's
like the Dominator is the one pulling the strings behind pretty much all of it, which is rough. Real rough.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh dear, oh god. So Shire's put in, so on the topic of which one is lesser evil, Shire will admit some details, but the Dominator was also reviled for his aberrant sexual proclivities. Not only did he develop a reputation as the father of 10,000 bastards, 10,000 bastards for the women of cities that resisted him, he also demanded a new adolescent virgin girl in his chambers every night. After blanking them, if they were still alive, they were disposed of in a waste canal adjacent to Grendrift, which I'm assuming is where he lived. Okay, cool.
Oh,
cool
boy,
guy.
that's not...
Holy shit.
I mean, I guess with a name like that, it's... oh, boy. That sucks. That's not great.
What is it? I'm not surprised. I'm just disappointed. Is that the?
Yeah, I guess the name sort of gives you all the. Oh boy, that's a spicy meatball. Don't love that. So
I don't think we can even read out that last statement without getting monetized.
Yeah, he's a bad man. Very plainly put, he is a bad man.
Horrible wrong'un. May he remain dead for
Ever.
at least another 1,000 years. If he does wake up, it's just to kill him again.
Yeah.
I suspect that might not be how this series goes. We have yet to read the rest of them, but I have a bad feeling about him, flat out. Just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. So they cut through the forest and split up briefly. Croaker finds something. Soulcatcher's hidden cache. It was the papers that Soulcatcher said she was taking back to the lady. She actually kept them for herself and was using them covertly to betray the lady. I mean, we should have seen it coming, really, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I suppose we should have. Yeah.
Croaker makes a note of this, but he does not tell the lady what he found. Eventually, while flying on a carpet, they find the real Soulcatcher on a racing horse. The lady drops the carpet down rapidly until it's roughly 2 feet off the ground, allowing Croaker to aim a shot directly at the ankle of the horse. But that's not really necessary, as the carpet just ran directly into it anyway.
Sure. All right. Cool. They got her.
Croaker, yeah, they got her. Croaker unleashes arrow after arrow as they fall and tumble. When he regains his footing, he sees the snapped leg of Soulcatcher's horse, and Soulcatcher on her hands and knees, completely stunned with an arrow sticking out of her waist. He didn't know where the sword he was carrying came from, but that wasn't going to stop him from finishing the job. With a violent swing of the blade, Croaker would decapitate Soulcatcher, causing the front of her helmet to pop open. The face that he saw was that of a woman that looked just like the lady. The face would try to say something before the life left her eyes, and the lady would drag herself to the scene. And I've got another quote for you.
Cool armor in that picture, though.
Oh, it really is.
Her breathing was shallow, rapid. For a moment, I thought it was the pain. Then I saw she was looking at the head. She began to giggle. I looked at that face so like her own, then at her. She rested a hand on my shoulder, allowing me to take some of her weight. I rose carefully, slid an arm around her. Never did like that bitch, she said, even when we were children. She glanced at me warily. Shut up. The life left her face. She became the ice lady once more. Ooh.
That is quite the...
That is quite the little
revelation
tidbit.
there. Oh, God. Hey.
Well, that's how many
that's
of the
on par of awful?
How many
with what we expected?
How many of the Taken 10 are still around? Because we've lost.
I think. Pretty much
are they all dead?
OGs are dead. I think we've lost pretty much all of the ones that were.
Bone Gnasher's dead. Limper's dead. Shifter's dead. Stormbringer's dead. Are they all dead? Hanged Man's dead. Sure. God, yeah, they're like all gone, aren't they? All the OG ones are dead. I mean, we've still got Whisper, Journey, Feather, but they were newly minted.
Yep. Howler got Looney.
Howler got the Wile E. Coyote treatment on the side of the damn tower. Yeah.
Bad times to be a 10, it turns out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just real rough.
Yeah, real not great. Yeah.
In that moment, Croaker wished he had the energy to cut her head off so it could lie next to her sisters. This deserved no allegiance. He saw what the rebels wanted to destroy, and at that moment, he actually agreed with them. However, they would return on the carpet to Charm and see bodies everywhere. A banner of the rebels sat atop the tower, but there was no movement. They'd gotten inside, but there were no true defenders there. Sure, there were some rebel troops when they landed here and there, but they were a shell of themselves, and they had a bigger issue to face. Clad in brown, fighting the rebels was a familiar face. The Limper's back, baby.
Oh,
I was like, do I say anything?
How is he back?
He's been re-educated and indoctrinated by the lady. So he got swept off by the giant dragonfly, having been eaten inside out by fire snakes. Look, magic is insane in this world. The lady wanted him repurposed, and so here he is. Nice.
All right. I guess. I thought they were just gonna torture him forever, but all right, sure. Limper's back. I guess one of the OG 10 is still around, actually.
I'm sure it felt like forever, to be fair.
Yeah, it probably did for him. Yeah.
So, as Croaker surveyed the dead, he found that some of them did not have wounds. Then it hit him. The lady ordered the greatest massacre in history, and it was already over from the start. The orbs Howler was dropping were riddled with magic disease. He could never figure out a true number, but not 1 in 100 rebels survived, and somewhere around 250,000 lay dead.
That's a lot. That's a lot of dead people. Holy jeez.
250,000. Like, basically just the entire rebel force.
Oh, boy.
Gone.
Yeah, they got all of them. Oh, boy.
Crazy. Absolutely horrific. So Croaker stands overwhelmed with everything that's occurred. The truth about Soulcatcher, the Dominator's return, and a true ultimate victory from the Lady. The vision he sees is the return of the comet and the Lady's fall at the hands of the true White Rose. But this White Rose is familiar. It's Darling, the girl saved by Raven. If this vision is to be believed, then she is the child of prophecy. He's not a religious man, but this premonition is too vivid to ignore. He's snapped out of his vision by Elmo hitting him on the back and saying, "God, you look awful."
I'm sure he does. He probably looks like shit. But, I mean, you know.
Your nightmare. No wonder you look like shit.
Yeah.
And, I do have a little quote for you here.
I could do nothing but shake my head. He dragged me off the horse and put me away somewhere, and that was the last I knew for hours. Except that my dreams were as disjointed and time loose as the vision, and I did not like them at all, and I could not escape them. The mind is resilient, though. I managed to forget the dreams within moments of awakening. Great.
Again, just really shove those memories down. Get that trauma deep in there.
Yeah, really repress the hell out of it, you know?
Yeah,
I'm sure nothing bad will happen when you do that, right?
Famously, it's a technique that works every time.
Yeah, jeez.
So now we move on to Chapter 7, Rose. Unlike the other chapters, this one actually starts at the same place. Charm, but the attitude is very different, especially on Croaker's end. We open up in the middle of an argument that has gone on for hours between him and the captain. Croaker is urging the captain to explore every single option they have so that they can break the contract with the lady. The captain, however, refuses to yield and does not accept Croaker's take, even though he has the backing of multiple men, including Silent. In the end, the shattering of the rebel army is good for the company, and they stand to make big bucks for their service to the lady so far. There is no reason to defect now, but Croaker refuses to accept this. I mean, given everything that's been seen, come on, Captain. Come on, man. Like, you're not even going to have a quick glance and see if there's an easy way out?
Yeah,
Jesus.
I mean, have you seen them turn on each other? Like,
250,000 people died yesterday, and you're like, now we're good.
yeah.
Come on, man. Goblin invites Croaker to play cards, and as Croaker settles in, he realizes what this actually is: group therapy. Goblin believes being so close to the lady for so long may have unsettled his mind and wishes to help ground him, and Croaker agrees. While talking, the other soldiers talk about the events of the battle that had been missed. Raven is missing and they assume him to be dead, but something occurred that night that they can't explain. At one point, a knockout spell slammed into a platoon. It knocked everyone down, including Raven, but one person still stood: Darling. Darling acted like nothing happened, and she somehow shook everyone back to consciousness. Some believe that it might be because she's deaf, while others believe it may be something more divine. Either way, the others believe her and Raven to be dead, so it doesn't matter. But Croaker knows something the others don't. He gestures to Silent and they separate themselves from the group. Croaker explains to Silent that upon returning to the tower, he saw Darling and that she is very much alive. He believes that Raven fled, and Silent isn't too sure why he'd do that. He doesn't explain to Silent the dreams he had or the visions, but he says that they should pursue and see if they can find him. Silent agrees, and they begin to formulate a plan to track down Raven, and goes off to gather more intel before they leave. I mean, all signs are pointing towards Raven knowing more than he's letting on, which I quite like.
Yeah.
So Silent reconvenes with Croaker later on and signs that the captain knows something, likely about Darling. Croaker is unable to get the others to join him on this hunt for Raven, as most demand marching orders directly from the captain, including a guy called Pickles, who is a bit bothered by the request. Also, as Possum says, there's no real easy way to introduce a man named Pickles, except throwing us all into the deep end. But he's able to get some good money from Elmo, from that big pot of gold they'd left out previously and then reclaimed. They leave with weapons, 4 horses, money, and a gift that Croaker had been saving for Darling for her birthday. As they leave, Elmo jokes about Silent and Croaker going for a little ride while Pickles stands there silently. As they depart, Silent signs to Croaker that Pickles actually had suspected something was up with Raven and had already provided him rations previously. His frustration and push to not come was actually him trying to protect Raven, even though they were both seeking the same thing. Pickles sounds like a solid guy, to be fair.
Yeah.
Quite like Pickles.
Yeah.
It's like
weird name, but
with
yeah.
a slight conscience in this book. Hell yeah.
Who would have thought? We really have seen everything.
So as they ride out, they pass the carnage of the battle and the fields of dead and diseased bodies before stumbling to an area where Silent is able to pick up a trail. Wherever Raven is, he's making time as opposed to fully covering his tracks. They make their way west of the tower into a region where Raven is comfortable and familiar. Raven may have the upper hand blending in around here, but the two remain determined, and they ride hard for hours, through day and night, town after town. They seldom stop to take a break. If they can't catch him directly, they may as well try and get ahead of him. They ache all over, but it needs to be done. They eventually come across a wooded hill, and the exhausted Croaker says that he's getting far too old for this before falling asleep. Silent... I reckon this whole ordeal is probably prematurely aged him by a good decade anyway.
Oh, yeah, at the very least. 10, 20 years, yeah. After what he's seen, yeah. Agreed, yep.
Silent wakes him up and Croaker asks if it's because they're nearby, and Silent signs that they're not, but that Croaker should keep watch for a bit, which he did as the comet's light began to wane. After switching, Croaker gets more sleep and is awoken by a pinch from Silent. He believes that this is another shift change, but it's something better. Raven is approaching on foot, and he has Darling with him. They descend and position themselves so they can approach unseen, but Darling spots Croaker. She waves very happily, and Croaker waves back. Raven is not happy. There is hatred in his eyes, and he's smouldering with anger.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
They meet up, but no one wants to speak first. Like, Croaker and Silent wanted to encounter Raven, but they didn't really have a plan on what to do when they found him. So Raven is like, what are you doing here? And Croaker says he's looking for Raven. When Raven asks why, Croaker says that him and Silent have an interest in Darling and they were worried. Raven essentially points at Darling and says, here, like, you can see her, she's fine, before Croaker asks how Raven is doing. Raven asks what he means by that, and Croaker spells it out for him. And there we go. I've got you a direct Croaker here.
A direct Croaker quote. Yep. Fellow freezes out his buddies, treats them like shit, then he deserts. Makes people wonder enough to go find out what's happening. Yeah, that is a very direct, hey, buddy, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. And fair.
Yeah,
fair assessment, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Raven asks if the captain knows what's going on, and Croaker essentially says that they probably have an idea, but they also have an idea as to why Raven left. Raven tells Croaker not to stop him, and Croaker is basically like, who's trying to stop you? And why are you arguing with me? If they wanted to stop him, he would have been stopped at the tower, if not by the company, then by the lady herself. Ultimately, they just want to know why Raven is leaving and if it matches up with their belief as to why. He wasn't held back, so he shouldn't hold back right now. Raven can't make sense of what they're getting at, even though he gets the insinuation. Croaker says that him and Silent figure they're going to list Raven and Darling as killed in action, and no one needs to know the truth of it. But even if they wish them well, abandoning the company is essentially like running away from home, and no matter how justified it is, it will sting for them, especially since Raven was voted into the company. He went through hell with them, and they at least wanted to say goodbye. Raven, understanding the crux of it now, says that sometimes something comes up that's so important you can't even tell the best of friends, as it could get them all killed. It's the setup for the second book is right there, and it just makes me very concerned about everyone involved.
Yeah. But I mean, Darling, pretty important.
Yeah. Oh,
pretty damn important. I mean, so Raven's not wrong. This is kind of a big deal.
Yeah. So Croaker tells Raven how the rest of the battle went, which Raven assumed was how it went down anyway.
Yeah, I was there for a little bit. I saw the writing on the wall.
I had a feeling.
Sneaking suspicion.
Great for them.
Yeah.
He mentions how the Limper is back, and that genuinely freaks Raven out. But he's less like old Limper and more like a homunculus, which is somehow reassuring. Anyway, Croaker explains that the lady is likely going to catch on as to what happened here, particularly with Darling, and that Limper will be used to his full potential to track Raven down, to which Raven actually agrees. He believes the prophecy as well, and believes that Darling is at risk, so he needs to do something about it. He says that his plan was to cross over to Beryl and hide there, but Croaker says that the lady still has some sway there. Wherever he goes, it must be far away, some place that has never heard of the lady. It's insinuated that he tells him of some place, but we actually don't know where this may be. So Croaker takes the money, gives it to Raven, and offers him the spare horses. Raven tries to say thank you, but he's unable to, instead asking Croaker if he wishes to join them. Croaker says that he can't, and he has a duty within the company. He's too old to run from home, and Raven admits that Croaker made him feel what it meant to be a member of the Black Company, and as far as he was concerned, Croaker was the embodiment of the company itself. Croaker thanks him, and before they depart, he leans down and gives Darling the gift. Despite its feeble nature, she loves it dearly, and the pure joy in her eyes causes him to step to the side of the road and cry.
Aww.
Now, I will say, if you're wondering what the gift was, as I was, I went straight to Possum. I was like, what was the gift? I want to know what the gift is. We don't know. He didn't write that. He didn't say what the gift was. He only said it was a feeble gift. And then I was like, okay, a feeble gift. This could have potential for future plot point stuff.
Sure.
Do we hear of the feeble gift again in a future book? No, it never comes up again, which is it's fine, but I feel like I've been ICBM'd a second time. Like when we were doing the Shadowrun the episode, and it was like, this nuclear missile went missing, and we don't know where it went, and then we spent the rest of that script wondering where the missile was. I was like,
it never comes up. Yeah.
Well, surely this is going to come up. It feels super important. No, it doesn't. Which
it's just a happy little gift. Maybe not quite as important as a rogue ICBM that, like, I don't know where that thing is. It's like, that could cause problems. At least it's just like, I probably gave him, like, I don't know, it's a little doll. Kid's excited about it. Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. I did say to Possum, literally, I was like, I cut what? He ICBM'd us. And that was the stuff. I've been burnt. I've been burnt. Now I want details. So Shai has said, I have another thing on my mind. Darling, who seems to be the reincarnation of the White Rose, a woman who overthrew the Dominatrix lady 400 years ago, is a null, a blank, you could say, who disables all magic powers around her, and she just happens to be mute. Now, I don't want to insinuate anything, but Black Company came out in 1984. First blanks appeared in Warhammer 40k in 1988. I would say that I'm almost entirely sure that is exactly what happened. The thing you're not insinuating, I'm saying yes. I'm just
a GW would never take the intellectual property from some other franchise and spin it into their own device, right? That never happens.
There's so much of 40k that is literally just like essentially pop culture reference before pop culture reference.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing of the Imperium of Man and the Golden Throne and the Emperor and so much of it is just, well, the thing I read was really cool and it had this, so we'll have it.
Dune was so cool. I wish I could have my own Dune. Scratches beard, rubs chin.
I would actually genuinely be more surprised if it turned out that they hadn't got blanks from this series and had somehow come up with the same idea in parallel.
Yeah, it was
I
just
would
a
find that
coincidence.
more surprising. Yeah.
If all of GW stuff was just genuine coincidence, oh man. Can you imagine?
That would be wild to discover that.
I think my head would explode.
Turns out John Blanche didn't even know anything about or had never seen Gothic architecture before drawing the spaceships of the Imperium. It's just a wild
coincidence.
So Croaker wipes his tears before returning and speaks to Raven privately one final time. He tells Raven that during his time with the lady that they found the papers Soulcatcher had and that Soulcatcher never turned them over. But he also never told the lady about these papers either. He tells Raven where they are, and Raven says he'll check in a few weeks to see if they're there. Croaker also gives them both a gift from One-Eye, the amulet that's able to detect when Taken are around. Croaker says his final goodbyes and gives Darling one last hug before leaving. It's a tough goodbye, and he will think of her daily, but if his vision was true, he would see her again, and her return would mark the end of the lady if she truly was the White Rose. Him and Silent mount their horses, and Croaker says it's time to go home. They leave without turning back, and Croaker leaves the final lines in the annals about the end of this story, which I will give to you now.
It was an incident that never happened. After all, hadn't Raven and his orphan died at the gates of Charm? Back to the company, back to business, back to the parade of years, back to these annals, back to fear. 37 years before the comet returns. The vision has to be false. I'll never survive that long. Will I? Ooh. Bam, bam, bam.
Place him.
Of course Croaker's going to be alive that long. Of course he is.
Of course. If they you don't get through that much pain and suffering without being, forced to go through more by the author.
Yeah. He gets through all that and then fucking pneumonia kills him, right?
Gets on a faulty flying carpet and just absolutely blitzes into a tree.
Oh, well, what are you going to do?
The foreshadowing on that one was insane.
Foreshadowing is a literary tool.
It is. I am now, we've done this, going to start the series, and I suspect it won't be long until I've read all of them, because
probably, yeah.
They're like, even just interacting with it in this way, I'm like, this is some solid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is some solid stuff, and the fact that it just feels like it might actually continue to get worse, despite what has been, frankly, a harrowing and horrific tale of, torture and like forced conversion to the other side, and everything being manipulated by a guy called the Dominator, who, we guessed he was a wrong one just from the name, but turns out even worse.
Little did we know. Yeah.
Yep. And then, the casual death of 250,000 people. And that's just at the end.
At basically the snap of a finger. Yeah. Is there a non-zero chance we could come back to the Black Company?
I would like to. I would really like to.
Okay. Hell
I
yeah.
think it'd be fun.
I think we can still, it's okay to read the books, but there's a non-zero chance. I don't know if we'll go book by book. Yeah. Because there's 12 of them or something?
I can't remember exactly.
Why do I feel like
there are?
I don't know where 12 came from, but
given that they've been going since 1984 and it's 2026 now, and one was released this year.
I was going to say there's a new one either coming or that was just released, right? So
if we do,
kind of hard to book by book.
It would be so. And also, I mean, this episode and the previous episode, I think together have come out to around 4 hours now. It might be more than 4 hours. I can't remember how long the other one was.
It's good content.
But
So you heard it here, everyone. There's a non-zero chance that the Black Company will return in acceptable losses. Seems like
Maybe
it's
there's
pretty
scope for like
pretty close.
an overall world and major events episode.
Oh,
Like less nitty gritty, more kind of this is the sort of overview of all the horrible wars and horrific things that have happened on this world. Where, you know, wizards are just minor gods and the like.
Also, since we're here at the end, hey, listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, maybe you want to pick up a little bit of our merch over at orchid8.com. There's a link in the description. There's probably a link on the screen. There's the new You Like History Right shirt. It looks great. It's that mineral washed, cool looking, and it's got the diver on it. Oh, it looks phenomenal. There's still the You Like Sci-Fi shirt. There's the coin. There's the Weep for Lincoln. There's the wall scroll. You should check it out. Orchid8.com. Link in the description, on the screen. You know where to go. Kirioth, Patreon, and outro this bad mamma jamma.
We have a Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/acceptablelosses, you get early access to episodes and you get access to Patreon exclusive episodes as well. There are tons of them, with a regular feature being Grimm's Fairy Tales, which the intro to the latest one, or the last one we recorded, somewhat questionable. So if you like a questionable intro, then I suggest you check those series out, because it's only going to continue to get worse as we like to do here. So there is.
So
are we up to like 20 something now? We're getting close to that, I think, for the exclusive episodes, and of course there will be more going up this month as well. There's also recaps going forward as to which ones we've done, which will be posted on YouTube, so you can take a look at what we've done month on month. And as Shai points out, we are at 40,000 subscribers on YouTube now.
Hey, yo, let's go! Thanks for subscribing and watching, everyone. That's crazy. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah, usually that's a bad thing when she says it happened so quick. That's usually what happens to the Croaker when he's having his little lady sesh. It happens so quick!
Not as quick as the ending to this video, though, which is happening now.
Nice.